Guys, what's up? It's Kanan. Did not expect to put up another video today or next day. It's almost 11:30. I might wait until after midnight to post this up so it counts as a Friday upload. But guys, it seems like every time I put up a new video concerning this Rwby news, something else happens. Like, as I'm recording this right now, there may be something else going on. Who knows? But in the last video I did, it was pretty much about how the Rwby fandom was going insane over this simple tweet. It's fake as, this channel is going on a brief hiatus, but don't go anywhere as we'll be back with some very exciting news soon, which was May 9th. And that's the reason why many people started losing their mind when it was a simple post that said soon, after this account had been dormant for almost 2 months. I really don't know why there's people in here still doubting that this is like the continuation of Rwby, when that's literally been what they've been teasing for a while, that when they have news for us, that's what it's going to be pertaining. I don't understand it. I don't get how some people's thought processes work, but it is what it is. And really, I was content with that. I was like, okay, soon. So I more than likely saw it during this month. And I could not for the life of me remember what time of July was RTX, because me and Jess had never been to RTX. And usually I'm awful at keeping up with stuff unless it's something that very, very much interests me. And yet, RTX interested me, but unless I was going to it, I just, I had it in the back of my mind, okay, just keep an eye on it so we can do a video covering it. But in my last video, I was talking about that. Well, it turns out RTX would have been this weekend. Apparently, RTX was always the weekend after the 4th of July, apparently, or around that time. I don't remember it being that way, but then again, like I said, my memory sometimes is really, really bad. And this weekend is, of course, Anime Expo. Now, Jess even told me that she remembered that RTX and Anime Expo are usually the same weekend. Now, I was like, what are the chances they'll do something will be said at Anime Expo? Same weekend, I believe, of the premiere date and all that of Rwby originally airing. And then later today, at 3:01 p.m., look who's ready for Anime Expo. And we have the Ruby Rose Nendroid at Anime Expo. And so, oh, you really did mean soon, which the Rwby account is smirking. Oh god, it's happening. The Rwby account does the little dancing Rwby from B-Tag Cross or something. I don't remember the full name of the game. Even though I own a copy. But this was like, oh crap. It's happening in Anime Expo this weekend. That's all there is to it. That's all she wrote. Now, of course, while I was recording that video last night, Carrie also retweeted it. By the time I recorded, I had only known about Eddie retweeting it. But no, Carrie retweeted the soon tweet as well, and all he replied with was a smiley face. Now, since then, Barbara, Aaron, and Lindsay have all posted the soon tweet on their Instagrams. Now, I know for a fact Erin is there as a guest. Now, so far, all she has shown is her signing times. I don't know if Carrie is at Anime Expo. I don't know if any of the other Rwby girls are at Anime Expo. they seem to be really quiet about it, besides these little teasings. And then to top it all off, at 6:05 p.m., are you at calling all Rwby cosplayers? Are you at Anime Expo? Make sure to join the Rwby cosplay group photo at site number 5 outside West Hall lobby in front of the horseshoe statue. Tomorrow, July 5th, from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. And it's like, what? All of a sudden, there's now a Rwby cosplay meetup at Anime Expo? Now, do I think this means that the announcement will be tomorrow? I don't know. It's really hard to say. But usually, at these conventions, at these expos, Saturday is the biggest day. That's when the most people are there. That's when it's the most busy. So you would think if they want as many people to see this announcement, it would be Saturday. But who knows? It could be tomorrow. It could be Sunday. I wouldn't think it would be Sunday, because usually for conventions and expos, Sunday is the most dead day. Everything is done by a certain time. It's usually earlier in the day, like noonish, 1, 2 p.m., something like that. There's a lot of people who don't bother going on the last day because it's so short, or people leave early. So right now, I'm going to say Saturday. I'm still weirded out that there's people thinking that this was the major announcement. Like, why would Carrie, the main writer, the director of the show, who's been there since day one, 3 out of the 4 main actresses, be teasing a Rwby cosplay meetup? Like, come on, guys. Like, no. This is definitely the news that we've been waiting for. I still don't know why they told us in a couple of weeks when it was technically a couple of months. Like I said, maybe they decided to hold off and wait until this particular weekend. So what do I think the announcement is? I mean, it's pure and simple. At most, we're going to get the announcement of who has bought Rwby. Will we get a confirmation that Volume 10 is coming? More than likely. Now, there's some people talking about crossovers and all that. We've already had that. We've had the Rwby and DC crossover. They know what we want, okay? Crossovers are always great, but let's wait for that for a different time. We want Volume 10. We want to know for sure that we're going to see the continuation and finality of this series in animated form. So, I think we'll definitely find out who the buyer is. It's going to be at whoever's panel that they decide to have it at. And really, the timing of this, I've already talked about. Like, it's almost like, why post the soon so late at night? 9:40 p.m. EST. It's almost 10 o'clock at night. Either they just planned this for this to happen during this particular expo, this particular weekend, or last night the deal finally went through, the paperwork is dry, or the ink is dry on the paperwork, it's done. It's all done. Who knows? But part of me wants to think they planned it, but we'll see. Now, there's, people are already speculating who it is. This is at Anime Expo, so it's gotta be a company that makes anime. Like, it's gotta be. Some are already saying that it's Crunchyroll, and then people are bringing up, well, they just got rid of Rwby off their services. Guys, once again, that was a licensing thing. The license ran out. Rooster Teeth no longer exists, and if WB no longer owns Rwby, that original deal had to be removed, or they would run into rights issues with the new owner. So, whether it's Crunchyroll or Sony or anything like that, I'm hoping Rwby goes back to Crunchyroll, because that's another thing. I've seen some people wonder if it's going to stay as an online-based show, or if it's going to be put on an actual network. Now, the only thing that worries me about getting put on a network is that's pretty much going to kill Rwby reactions. Unless people do the timer thing and all you can hear is the audio of the show. Barely, it'll be turned down. But part of me hopes it stays online just so it'll be easier to do that. But we'll see how it goes. Like, I hope we can still do it. But yeah, it's just wild how all this is happening so fast. Like, we went from nothing, literally nothing, to Rwby being removed from Crunchyroll, to the soon tease, to now knowing fully that Rwby is now confirmed pretty much for Anime Expo. And then all of a sudden, let's throw in a Rwby cosplay event. Like, it's like, did anyone even go to this cosplaying as Rwby? anything from Rwby to take part in this? I mean, I'm guessing there was. Like, every con me and Jess have went to since, even since Rooster Teeth shut down, there's still Rwby cosplayers. But it is just wild how fast this is all moving. Let's refresh it, make sure nothing's, no, nothing new. But this right here, the Look Who's Ready for Anime Expo, this to me sealed the deal. Like, it's going to be this weekend. It's going to be that soon. Now, when will I think Volume 10 will air? For one, if they're using the same anime, is it going to stay as a 3D animated show? Is it going strictly animated? Depending on what they want to do, it could be next year, but more than likely probably 2026. That would be my guess. But like I said, it depends on how much of Volume 10's been written. We know that it's been they've been working on it writing wise since before Volume 9 aired. So yeah, it's an exciting time right now again to be a Rwby fan, because it's like, what's going on? So if any, of course something's going to be shown. Whatever it is, we will cover it. Now here's the thing though. Me and Jess are going to be in South Carolina almost all day Saturday. So if it drops on Saturday, me and her will not be able to record anything until we get back that night. Now, the whole thing I think ends at 6 or 7, so we should be home no later than 10 o'clock on Saturday night. So instead of recording a video, we may just do a short live stream. Either reacting to what's been shown or talk about. I don't think there'll be anything like a trailer. But, who knows? Who knows what they have for us? But, I mean, so far, no, they've not said what day this news is going to be. There's no talk of a Rwby panel at Anime Expo, so that tells me whoever the new owner is at Anime Expo, they have a panel, and it's just going to show up. It's just going to be announced at this point. Really, I think they're doing that to build up the suspense and to make it more of a surprise. So yeah, we're not going to be told when. We're not going to be told what time. It's just going to happen. And that's kind of how I want them to do it. I'd rather do that and it be an actual surprise than them tell us ahead of time. And I'd still be excited, but it might also kind of kill the anticipation a little bit for the announcement, because people would be expecting it. Now, of course, we expect something, but we don't know when or what. So I don't think it's a crossover thing. I think it is the announcement of the new owner and 50-50 chance that Volume 10 gets officially announced. That it's being made and that it's going to come out. And they might give us more stuff. They might give us some other stuff that they have planned for the Rwby series. Maybe future merch that they've got planned. Once again, more video games. Who knows? I'm definitely hoping for more video games. But yeah, it's going to be exciting. I hope nothing is announced tomorrow, because me and Jess both work, and I'd rather be at a convention than be at work finding out about this. Because, you know, I hate finding out about stuff while I'm at work because I've got to contain it and I've got to wait till I get home. But also, we're leaving pretty early Saturday morning, and I really don't want to crunch in a video that late and then have to run right to bed right after it gets done. But who knows? Me and Jess never go on to bed on time anyway, so if it happens, it happens. But yeah, just want to do a quick little update video because it seems like we're getting an update a day. It seems like now at this point. Will anything be shown tomorrow? I don't know. Because all we know now is the Rwby cosplayer meetup. So if you are at Anime Expo, hey, 11 a.m. to 12 p.m., you're going to have an hour of photos and fun. But yeah, this is wild. Like I said, a lot can happen in 24 hours, and we've almost had 48 hours of constant like pandemonium at this point. Good pandemonium, but pandemonium nonetheless. But that's going to be all for me for this one. Like I said, a really quick update video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please hit the subscribe button. We're up to 793. I think that puts us at 7 to go until we hit 800. So please help us hit that. It'd be great for this weekend if it goes the way I think it's going to go. But leave a comment. Tell us what you think's going to happen. Leave a like button. All that good stuff. As always, guys, this is Kanan. Me and Jess love you all very, very much. Stay safe out there. Take care of yourselves. And I will see you in the next one. See ya.